Welcome to another database Snacktime Snippet. My name is Alex Killian. I'm the video producer here on Extivia's marketing team. And today I'm joined by Cheryl Bryll, the Oracle MySQL Linux team lead manager. Cheryl, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, Alex, sure. Yes, I'm glad to be here today with you. Yes, so I have been with Extivia now for a little bit over 2 years, and I supported Oracle clients in that time and just moved into the team lead role recently here for the Oracle, MySQL, and Linux teams. And basically, I've been in Oracle technology for well over 20 years, losing track now, and started in the development side of the technology field, and then moved into DBA, the DBA role probably maybe 15 years ago. I don't think, yeah, losing track by now. Done a lot in that time, a lot of years in the EBS side of the house, the Oracle's Enterprise Business Suite, doing development on that platform and supporting it as a developer and a DBA for all these years. And of course, all the normal core DBA tasks.
Awesome. Wow. So lots of experience. I'm glad we get to ask you some questions today.
Yeah.
So my first question for you, how can Extivia help with high availability?
Sure. Yeah. We have a team of Oracle DBAs here at Extivia that, again, are very seasoned DBAs with many years of experience. We can help in high availability and many different factors, from as simple as revising your backup strategy in your company and making sure it aligns with your SLAs, how much downtime and recovery time you have available. Then we can get on to larger topics such as how to make sure that your database servers, your data center, and your data is secure and managed in a sense that you have redundancy. So with high availability, we have the expertise to implement data center redundancy. Of course, we're not going to do your hardware, we'll do all the software pieces of it, but we can identify areas where you need high availability, and then implement something like DataGuard, which is a great tool, to keep 2 different data centers in sync, up and running, and available in case of a data center going down, or just testing. We have a lot of clients that use DataGuard, and once a year they'll test that this DataGuard is able to fail over to the data center in case of emergency.
Okay,
Other
gotcha.
things, for high availability, just as simple as turning on flashback in the database. Some people may not be aware of that option in your Oracle database. You've got flashback on the transaction level, you got flashback for a table. So sometimes a user could just maybe delete all the rows in an entire table. So, if you properly implemented flashback, Oracle can quickly, restore just all the tables in that were deleted, possibly.
Wow, okay. That sounds valuable for sure.
So,
So my next question for you, what kind of things can Extivia help with within the EBS application with Oracle?
Sure, yes. We presently have a few clients that are on EBS, and we monitor, number one, that's the first thing that we would help you with is just making sure that you have someone there who's monitoring your workflow mailer or your concurrent requests, maybe long running concurrent requests, just all the different parts of your database, obviously, and your application tier. Another thing we can help with is performance tuning. Again, on the EBS side, there are times when maybe you apply a patch and then it causes performance issues. We can get in there and run the proper tools to do a analysis of, what did the patch touch possibly, or, what area is performing bad. Maybe it's as easy as just analyzing a e-business suite schema, and then implementing a going forward process so that it's continuously updating your statistics for that. And that all could be done with concurrent requests too. Another thing we can help with is upgrades. We have a lot of e-business suite users, clients, I should say, still on old versions of the database, 11.2.0. Maybe 3 or 4, and that's long since been de-supported. So it's time to upgrade at a minimum to 19C. So we can help you with that. We currently are working on a client right now who's upgrading across the board all of their databases to 19C, and one is the e-business suite too. So we can help with that. We can help with your upgrades of the application itself, get you current on R.12.2. whatever version, and that will get you back into support as well and be able to use the new features that are there for you.
Awesome. Cool. So what are some of the Oracle backup options available? Sure.
Yeah. Again, backing up your database is the first thing you can do to make sure that you're ready in case of any kind of failure. Whether it's corruption or a server going down and having to migrate to another server. So besides, just taking the database down and doing a cold backup, which you can just do that without any Oracle tools, just shut down your database and just copying all the files to a secure location, that will give you a very good backup. But a lot of clients cannot be down. So there we have the RMAN tool in Oracle. And that tool is great. We can get a cold backup with that tool as well, but there's also the ability to do the hot backup with the database up and running, which of course, that's what 99% of the clients want. They want to have the database up and running and still be safe. So then with the database or with the RMAN, you can just do a normal full backup. Some clients want that. Every day they want a full backup. That's fine if your database is small, but if you're working in 5 terabytes, 20 terabyte databases, which we see this often, that may be too large to back up that much every day. Plus, it's very time consuming, even if you have a great, set of hardware underneath this database. Therefore, we also have the option with RMAN to do incremental backups. So say you find the point in the week where it's the least impact to users, you can do your full backup on that day. Maybe it's a Sunday night when users, are usually generally off the system. And then throughout the week, the rest of the 6 days, maybe you'll just do an incremental and back up the changes since that point. There's 2 different types of incrementals. There's a cumulative, which pretty much from that full backup every day, it will get the full back, it'll get the changes from the full backup, but there's also a differential too. So, depending on what your needs are, what your ability for downtime, if you had a restore is, all those choices are looked at when we come up with a plan for implementing one of these strategies in your corporation.
Okay, great. Yeah, lots of options there. Well, those are the questions I have for you today. We'll definitely be getting you back on the Snacktime Snippet soon to find out more about Oracle and how we can support our customers. And thank you so much for joining me.
Absolutely.
Make sure to tune in next week for another database Snacktime Snippet. And thanks so much, everybody.